Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live with Roger Hanson. I'm here with Karma Love. Hello,
Hi everyone.
Hello, Karma. How you doing? Tonight we are on the topic of ancient history, and specifically, it's with the Phoenician history. We've gone through this before when we were doing our live streams on Minds. So if anybody wants to check that out, I've got them coming out in the uploads for Rumble, and everybody on Minds is pretty much caught up. Tonight I'm going to continue where we left off, but first I made a promise to you, Karma, that I'd go back and do the timeline for a lot of things that we've been discussing.
Okay, yeah.
So I went and did that. One thing I noticed too is a lot of the stuff that we thought we needed to do a timeline on wasn't really in the part of the book that we were covering.
It was just our own research.
Yeah. From our own research is what I'm guessing, and we started talking about Tawadi.
Yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent. Not a tangent because they're all connected, but yeah, we did kind of go for a little loop just to see how they could be intertwined with what we were studying.
Now, he is mentioned in the book, Tawadis is, but we're not there yet, you know what I mean? But we are on some cool stuff. I actually went back through the timeline, and I found out some interesting things too that we did cover. But here, let me try to find trying to figure out where everything is. On the timeline, when we were talking about what was her name? Semiramis.
Yeah.
That is a lot more interesting than what I thought. So I can
Semiramis was who we were talking about last week. I gotta pull my notes up. You gotta give me. I don't have my notes pulled up in front of me. I literally walked in the door and then hit join.
Well, right now all I'm gonna do is do the timeline and tell you where everything was during the time period. So I'll give you time to do that.
Okay.
But in the story, the oldest thing that they mentioned so far is Byblos. Now, Byblos was founded between 8800 to 7000 BC. The second oldest is Nineveh, and Nineveh was founded in 6000 BC. Now,
hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it said Nineveh was founded in, and it went
6000 BC, and that is kind of mythical because they also say it was Ninus, and Ninus was actually from 2000 BC, and according to the documents, it says Nineveh goes all the way back to 6000 BC. So,
how long does it take you to upload the videos for the Minds table, for the round table?
It doesn't take long to upload, but then it has to process, so it'll take about 15-20 minutes.
I've been uploading the same video for 3 days. Excuse me, I was gonna say hours. For 3 days. Well, so let me say, maybe more like deliberately 2 days. All night, all day, afternoon, yesterday, and it's some of the most like important content I've ever been able to distribute. And every single time, Rumble says that I cannot upload it to Rumble, which somebody hacked into my Rumble account yesterday. I was able to upload one video, and then today, YouTube always gives me trouble because of the people that own it and have the shares inside of it. That's why I was using Rumble as an alternative. And I've literally been attempting to upload the same video for now 2 days. And I know for a fact the Minds Roundtable is a good almost 10 hours sometimes. Not all the time, but like 6, 7, 8 hours. It's a 3-hour video, and it's still not even done. 20%. I was just wondering. Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's purposeful. But go ahead.
Okay.
Because people will say, "Why aren't you putting your content out?" This is why. This is what I go through to put my content out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you want me to go over some stuff and help you out, I can do it. You know, it's not that big of a problem for me. Maybe make it easier for you on some stuff.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. I apologize to interrupt. I just
It's
was
fine. It's fine.
It's not being done yet, and just
so Tyree, what's his name? Philo of no, it was Philos of Tyre, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tyree was founded in 2750 BC, and then I already told you about Ninus. Now he was supposed to have reigned in Assyria for during the 2000 BC, and Ras Samra or of Ugarit, that was between 1400 and 1200 BC. Jubabal or Hiramabal, which was Judah, I believe. We were talking about the one that I said wasn't really related because it was conjecture about him being Sennacherib's mentor.
Yeah,
No,
Judah was. I don't have him. I didn't take notes on him, though.
Jerubbaal. That was between 1100 BC, or that was in 1100 BC. And then when it comes to sun pillars in Assyria or Phoenician areas, especially the Phoenicians, those sun pillars actually were up there between 1050 and 1031 BC. So that's the time period they're talking about that with the sun pillars. And Abelbal or Abibal, that was 1000 to 981 BC.
Abelbal
or Abibal. Now, Semiramis, the older one, goes all the way back to Ninus, which is in the mythical one goes back to Ninus, which is 2000 BC. But the actual Semiramis that existed, who was married to Shamshi-Adad V, that one we were talking about.
That's in the wind spirit, and go ahead.
She was from 824 to 811 BC, and so, during Shamshi-Adad's rule, which was 824 to 811, but then she ruled 5 years after, until her son could take the throne. We had a conversation too about Berytus. It was a city that was there on the coast, and I found out the date for that. When it was founded, it was 110 to 109 BC. Now, Philo and Porphyry, Philo was the oldest of them, and he went also by Hieronymus Philon, and he lived between 64 to 141 AD. Then Porphyry, he lived from 234 to 305 AD. And then Eusebius of Caesarea, the guy that wrote the book we're going over, he lived between 260 to 341 AD. Now, the deities that we've been discussing, the two that we actually are at right now from what we've read is Nodos and Ba'u. And they don't have any dates associated to them, like when the first tablet was discovered of them or any, none that I could find so far. And when it comes to Baau, B-A-A-U, the only place I could find him was in that Theomythology encyclopedia that me and you looked at.
Yeah.
That was the only place. They didn't have it in Wikipedia or anything else. But I was able to find Notice, which the spelling also goes off of Notice, as in N-O-T-U-S, as well as N-O-T-O-S. So I've got the links for that. I'm going to put them in the chat for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I just looked it up, but Notice is a Greek, in Greek mythology and religion. Notice is the god of the south wind. Yeah, I just see that. Dio, Greek mythology.
You keep reading if you want.
It says, in Greek mythology and religion, Notice is the god of the south wind and one of the anemoic wind gods, son of the dawn goddess Eos and the star god Astrius. Necessitating hot wind of heat, Notice was associated with the storm of late summer and early autumn wetness, mist, and was seen as a rain bringer. Unlike his two more notable brothers, Boreas, the god of the north wind, and Zephyrus, the god of the west wind, Notice has little to no unique mythology of his own. His Roman equivalent, and we were looking that up, his Roman equivalent is the god Austere. And then it says, the Greek noun, it looks like Volt, but I'm not even going to make the attempt, it's like V-O-T-O, some weird letter, refers both to the south cardinal direction and the south wind that blows from it. Its ultimate etymology remains unknown, although a pre-Greek origin seems to be the most likely origin.
Okay, and it says
and then
the pre-Greek substrate consists of unknown pre-Indo-European languages spoken in prehistoric Greece before the advent of the Proto-Greek language in the Greek peninsula during the Bronze Age. It is possible that Greek acquired approximately 10,000 words from such a language. I'll leave it at that. Go ahead. That was something that I picked up on before.
That you added? No, I was looking because I don't see that. But are you reading? So you have Wikipedia.
You see where it has the blue lit up words?
Yeah.
If you run your mouse over that, it'll kind of give a little bit of an explanation.
Pre-Greek origin. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
And
okay.
I ran into that earlier, and that kind of stuck out to me because that takes it back to Proto-Greek, which is Indo-European languages. And a lot of people believe that that's where the Greek language actually came from. It came from Indo-European. So.
Oh, that's why it's saying pre-Greek origin. Okay. Notice, like most of the wind gods, the anemoi was said to be the son of Eos, the goddess of the dawn, by her husband Astrius, a minor god related to the stars. Thus, he is brother to the 5 star gods, Astra Planeta, and the justice goddess Astrea, and half-brother to the mortals Memnon and Amethion, sons of his mother Eos by the Trojan prince Tithonius. Notice has no known consorts, lovers, or offspring. The ancient Greeks distinguished the 3 types of wind blowing from the south. The first was Notice, the one Notice mostly represents, which blew from various directions in winter and was seen as the rain bringer that obscured visibility. The second was Loconolia, white Notice, which was milder and cleared up the sky, and the third was the hot bringer of dust, identified with Sirocco. Notice is one of the three wind gods mentioned by Hesiod, alongside his brother Boreas and Zephyrus. The three wind gods seen as beneficial by the ancient Greeks. Unlike his two more prominent brothers, however, Notice has very little mythology and mostly appears in conjunction with his brothers, with too few unique appearances to differentiate him from the rest. In his preparation for the great deluge, Zeus locked up Boreas and the other cloud-blowing gales, and let Notice free to reign upon the earth, who let it pour all over the globe, drowning almost everyone. I wonder if that's the Great Flood they talk about being the Ozark flood. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In the Odyssey, the winds seem to dwell on the island of Aeolia, as Zeus has made Aeolus keeper of the wind. Aeolus receives Odysseus and his crew and keeps them as guests for a month. As they part, Aeolus gives Odysseus a bag containing all the wind, except for Zephyrus. Although warned not to open the bag, Odysseus' crewmates, however, foolishly opened the bag, thinking it contained some treasure, and set free Notice along with all the other winds as well, who then blow the ship back to Aeolia. In the dinos, is that it? Stop right there.
Oh, you can go if you want to. I was just that right there is what sticks out to me with these stories. I mean, like, I never really caught on to any of that when it comes to the Odyssey. You know, that's actually a pretty good explanation right there.
And see, it's crazy to me because the way it directly correlates with basically like Noah's Ark. Like, and you can hear, like, it's the same story, which lets you know that there's truth in, the stories that we hear, but it's a matter of correlating them properly in order for you to understand what the truth is. And so,
now, if you want to go, you can. I mean, I know it's getting pretty rough on your reading there.
No, I got it. In the Dion Siekia, meanwhile, he and his brothers live with their father Astrius. Notice serves water from a jug when Demeter pays a visit. In the Iliad, Notice dined together with his brothers in a faraway land as Iris visited to summon Boreas and Zephyrus. Much later, he and Urius stranded Odysseus on Phrynicia, the island of the sun god Helios, for an entire month. In the Pergamon altar, which depicts the battle of the gods against